Good morning, children. Today I will take the topic. The next topic is classification of chordata and their characteristics. So when we see the classification of chordata, you have noticed that the chordates are having three characters. They have nerve chord, they have notochord, they have gill slit in it. And these three differentiating characters are very important characters of the chordata. And today, when we will start the character of chordates, so there are 5 phylums and 5 phylums like the Pisces fish, number 2 amphibians, number 3 reptiles, and number 4 aves birds, and number 5 is mammalia. So when we look at in this phylum, in this chordata, there are classes, and in which you have to see the classes. Number 1, class number 1, this class number 2, amphibians. Number 1, all the fishes are falling in this category in the Pisces. Number 2, amphibians, in which you will see the crocodile, in which you will see the frog. And number 3, is reptiles. Class number 4 is aves, birds. In the reptiles, all creepers are falling in the reptiles, all snakes, all lizard are coming in the reptiles, and in the aves, in the birds, all birds are coming in this class. And the number 5, which one is the advanced, which one is the developed class, and that is mammalia. So when we look at the chordates, all these are well advanced character animals, and in the Pisces you will see they are hard, all are present, in water, all are aquatic. The heart is 2-chambered heart, 2-chambered. Heart is 2-chambered. Then they are having fin for swimming. They are having pectoral fin and pelvic fin. The fins are present for the swimming. So when we look at, there are scales. Body is covered with the scales. Body is covered with the scale, which helps in the protection, and they respirate through gills. So you have to write 4 characters, and you have to write 3-4 examples. Like in the fishes, you can write the cartilaginous fish. They are categorized into 2 groups, the cartilaginous fish, and the second one is osteichthyes or bony fish, rohu, katla. So you can write 2-3 example of some fishes, some categories, some species of fish you can mention, and rest you have to write the characteristics, differentiating characteristics of the Pisces. Now moving to the amphibians. When we are talking about amphibians, you have to write again 4 characters. What is the meaning of amphibians? Which can live on land and water. That is why it is called amphibians. Look at this. Amphi means they can live on land and they can live in water. So frog is the example of amphibians, and you know the frog, which is having differentiative characters. The body is covered with the skin, and skin is moist, and there are tetrapoda. They are tetrapoda means they are having 4 legs, 2 anterior legs and 2 posterior legs. And in the legs you will see the webs are there. Because of the web, they can swim in the water. That is why they are called amphibians. Their characteristics are such characteristics. Because of that characteristic, they can live on land and then they can also swim in the water. That is why they are. And their heart is little bit advanced. Here you are looking, the heart is 2-chambered, but here in the amphibians, you can write with the help of textbook that their heart is 3-chambered, right? 2 auricle and 1 ventricle. Here in the fish, you will write 1 auricle and 1 ventricle. And in the amphibians, you can write 2 auricle and 1 ventricle. When we are moving to the next classes, we are looking the advanced characteristics. Okay? They are oviparous, right? These are the oviparous. Means these animals give eggs. They do not give childbirth, because when they give childbirth, you will see the mammals are giving childbirth. So they are called viviparous. And all these are oviparous. Little bit advanced character up to the aves. Okay, children? So when you look at the characteristics, you have to see the characteristics. You will draw the 1-2 members, a diagram of 1-2 members, but it would not be necessary for the examination, but only to recognize the animals. You have to remember the name and you will recall their shape, size of animals, right? So when we are moving towards the reptiles, now see. The meaning of reptiles, all creepers, the animals which are creeping on the land, like snakes. Their body is covered with the scales, and these creepers, maybe tetrapoda also, some categories of the reptiles, they can run very fast. So the reptiles are oviparous. They can live on land, in water also. But the reptiles are having poisonous gland in it. The frog, only one toad is having poisonous gland, rest are not having poisonous gland, but the reptiles are having poisonous gland. And all these snakes like king cobra and many species of snakes are falling in this. They are cold-blooded. One word is very, very important. I would like to tell you. Cold-blooded. They cannot survive in high temperature. Above 40 degrees Celsius, they cannot survive. That is why the Pisces, amphibians and reptiles are kept in the cold-blooded animal. They are called also poikilothermal, P-O-I-K-I-L-O, poikilothermal. Cold-blooded animal which can survive only in the cold conditions, and they are called cold-blooded or poikilothermal. On the other hand, warm-blooded, you see the warm-blooded animal, you have to see the meaning of these words. Warm-blooded. Like in the warm-blooded, warm-blooded means they can survive in high temperature. Like now we can survive in above 45 degrees Celsius. So all humans, all the mammals, all the aves, they are called warm-blooded, or another word for the warm-blooded is homeothermal. Okay? They are called homeo. Means they are, homeothermal means they can remain constant, same in high temperature also. They can survive in high temperature also. That is why they are called homeothermal or warm-blooded animal. Aves and mammals are falling in the warm-blooded category. Cold-blooded or poikilothermal means these animals cannot survive in high temperature. That is why they are called cold-blooded or poikilothermal. Got my point? So when you start, you have to see main 4 differentiative character of every classes. Now, when we are moving to the aves or birds, all the birds, you will see that the birds, they are tetrapoda. Out of 4 legs, 2 legs are modified into wings. You will see the wings are the 4 limbs, anterior arm is converted into wings, and that is why all the birds are having only 2 legs, not 4 legs. Like Homo sapiens, like human, is having 4 legs, but 2 are used as hand, and 2 anterior are used as hand, and 2 posterior are used as for the walking. So same thing, the 2 anterior arms are modified into wings. They are having the wings for flying in the air. Okay, they are having beak. Now look at all the birds, they are having beak, and in the beak there is no teeth in the beak. One special characteristics that when we are moving toward the advanced character, you can see the beak are without teeth. The body is covered with the wings. They are oviparous. Okay, nediculous word. Some advanced birds are there, some unadvanced. So you have to see that the birds are having some special characteristics. They can survive in high temperature, they can fly, and there is one special quality that the birds are having perching mechanism. In the night, they can sleep. During sleeping stage, they hold the branches of the tree. That is why they never fall, and this mechanism is called perching mechanism. Their bones are very light. They are called pneumatic bones. When you look at reptiles, aves character, you will see the pneumatic bones. You can write some important term also for this. Like in the aves, pneumatic bones. What you are looking, bones are light. Bones are light, very having no weight, very light weight, called pneumatic bone. Pneumatic, pneumatic bone, which helps them into the flying. Otherwise, if the weight is going to increase, they will not fly in the air. Other characteristics, their excretory system is very, very fast. They quickly take the food in and they quickly digest it. You will be surprised to know that in the birds, they will digest within half an hour, and they will excrete also, and that is why they can fly in the air. So almost all beneficial, identifying all the favorable characteristics are there with the bone, with the birds. They can fly, their bones are pneumatic, light bone, and one thing, when they are flying in the air, you can say that, why the bones are not going to be separated when they fly very high speed? Yes, the bones are keeled. One bone is very firmly fixed with another bone. That is why the bones are not going to be separated. So when we look at this, the bones are light, pneumatic bones are present. They are having very fast excretory system, fast digestion, their metabolic rate is very, very fast. Okay? So they are having some differentiative characters, special characters other than Pisces, fish, other than amphibians, reptiles also. Okay? So when we look at the birds, you will see they are having beaks. They are warm-blooded animal. The bones are very, very much light. They are having very fast excretory system. Okay, they are having bisexual, means male and female are different. So these are 5-6 characters and of the birds. Now moving to the last chordates member, the last class of the phylum Chordata. That is the last class of this phylum is the most advanced member of the Chordata, we all are coming in this, the class 5, the 5th, mammalia. Mammalia means having the mammary gland. Mammary gland animals. What is the special quality of these mammalia kingdom animals? All the animals are having mother feeding gland in them, and they are called mammalia. They are having mammary gland. So mammary gland is the differentiating character of mammalia. That is why its name is mammalia. But one exception, that the whale is not fish, whale is mammals. Yes, because whale is having mammary gland in it. You will surprised to know, children, the whale fish is the biggest mammal on the earth. You should not say that whale is fish. No, whale is not fish. You will see some animals, they are like dogfish. Dogfish is not fish, it's a poriferans. Some animals name is looking like some different category, but the real, like the mammalia, the whale fish is not fish, because the whale is having mammary gland and it is falling in the mammalia. Now coming to the characteristics. You will easily say that the body is covered with the hair. Skin is covered with hair. Number one, the important character. Skin is covered with hairs. Hairs are present on the skin. Okay? When you will see these animals, means all the mammals, they are having mammary gland for the mother feeding, no doubt. The heart is 4-chambered. Heart is 4-chambered. Okay? The heart is 4-chambered means 2 auricle and 2 ventricles. The double circulatory system. That is why we are very much advanced. Our blood is never going to mix. The deoxygenated flow separately, oxygenated flows separately. So heart is 4-chambered. It's a characteristics of the advanced animals. Okay, and they are warm-blooded animal. Means they are warm-blooded. Warm-blooded means homeothermal. They can survive in high temperature. They can adopt. They can live above 45 degrees Celsius. And that is why they are called warm-blooded or homeothermal. You can write the homeothermal. Now you will be able to understand what is the meaning of some Latin term, warm-blooded, cold-blooded. Okay? And now you can write, they are having fast circulatory system, fast excretory system, well advanced nervous system. They are having advanced nervous system. Well developed nervous system is present. So they are warm-blooded animal. Heart is 4-chambered. They are having mammary gland. Skin is covered with the hair, and you can write the advanced nervous system, full of advanced nervous system. Means the brain is very much advanced. The brain is having a well-developed cerebrum, well-developed IQ center, well-developed decision center. Their hypothalamus are very, very developed, very, very big. Their cerebrum is big, so that they can take a very big decision. So any 5 characteristics, and the last one you can write the examples. In the same way you have to write all the chordates character. Examples: human, then cows, buffaloes, etc. Lion, tiger, every animal which are full of the mammals characters, they are coming in the mammalia, and you have to write these very 4-5 characteristics, because in the examination there may be question that write the 3-4 characteristics of the mammalia, 3-4 characteristics of the reptiles, aves, birds, creepers, amphibians, etc. So what you have to do, that you have to develop quality. Because of that quality you can write the characteristics. You can very well differentiate the animals of the class Pisces. Like all the fish are falling in the fish. There are 2 categories of the fish: cartilaginous fish, very soft, and which are having the cartilage in their body, but some bony fish are also there, like osteichthyes. The body is covered with the scales. They are having pectoral fins for the swimming, caudal fin and dorsal fins for their adaptive characters. There is certain adaptive features, because of that they can survive in the water. So fish are having the gills for the respiration, which helps in the respiration. Okay, so when you look at the characteristics of every classes, you have to write 3-4 differentiated. Don't write common character that they are live, they can survive in low temperature. Not. You have to write that their body shapes and what is the meaning of, children. Sometime you will see one word: streamlined body shape. Streamlined body. It is a very interesting term. Streamlined body means, this is a term which is telling which helps in the survival. Like the anterior end is pointed and posterior end is pointed, so that they can fly in the air without any obstacle. When the body shape size is pointed at the anterior side and they are pointed at the posterior side, so that they can cut the air very easily. God has given a wonderful adaptive feature in it. Look at this. These are called streamlined bodies. Bilateral symmetrical, when the animals can cut in the 2 same shape size. Like when I am telling you bilateral symmetrical. Like when we are cutting in the lateral side, bilateral symmetrical. Asymmetrical, like when we are cutting animals, there are some term, so you need not to worry about that term. You have to see the meaning of, like symmetrical. Symmetrical means they can be cut into 2 shape size. Like when I'm saying, I'm just giving one example. Asymmetrical. Like look at this. This animal, can you recognize? This is amoeba, right? So we cannot cut. So this is asymmetrical. The shape size, literally left is bigger one, right side is. So when the animals can cut into 2 same shape size, they are called symmetrical. Lateral side, bilateral. Okay. Head is apical side and transverse side. What is the transverse side? Stomach is the ventral side and the back side is dorsal. Sometimes you will see dorsal. There is some dorsal side, ventral side, lateral side. You will see the dorsal back side is called dorsal side, stomach side is called ventral side, And the left and right, you can see left and right, this is called lateral. So ventral, backside is dorsal, and this is lateral. And the head side is anterior or apical, apex, and the leg means posterior. So this was the explanatory part from my side, and I'm sure that you will be able to write the characteristics of these 5 classes of the phylum Chordates. In the non-chordates, you will have to write the characteristics of Porifera, you have to write the characteristics of Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes. As in my previous lecture, I delivered about the 4 characteristics of every non-chordates like Porifera, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata. Octopus is falling in the Echinodermata. So what you have to do, you have to remember the examples of different phylums. You have to remember their shape, size, and at least 2 members like Poriferans. If I explain the Poriferans, Cycon, Spongilla, Coelenterata, Hydra, Obelia, Aurelia, then Platyhelminthes, Teniasolium. In the Platyhelminthes, what you have to see, you have to learn the members. In the Platyhelminthes, Teniasolium, Fasciola these are called flatworm. Okay, then Ascaris, that is called roundworm. Ascaris falling in the Helminthes. Helminthes means worms. Okay, now then Annelida, Nereis, earthworm, Annelida, and also rings are there. 120 small segments are there in the Annelida. Arthropoda, jointed legs, scorpion, many examples are there. Cockroach and other are falling in the biggest phylum of the non-chordates are Arthropoda, then Mollusca, Uniopila is falling in this, Echinodermata, starfish, Steris are falling in that. So what you have to write? You have to write the differentiative character, not common characteristics, differentiative characters. So today I am giving you 4-5 questions for the assignment, children. Now I am going to give you assignment. Last few minutes are left. Define homeothermal thermal animals. What do you mean by define homeothermal animals? What do you mean by homeothermal? Like they are called warm-blooded. Number 2, differentiate between you can differentiate differentiate between nocturnal and diurnal. Between nocturnal, I will tell you nocturnal, Noctural, nocturnal and diurnal. The animals which are moving in the night, they are called night moving animals, are nocturnal, and diurnal, the animals which are moving, which are active during daytime, they are called diurnal animals. So clear? Nocturnal means the animals which are moving during night time. Okay? Now you will write the main characteristics of aves and mammalia. Write the main characteristics of aves and mammalia. Now the last, write any 4 main characters of amphibians. AMPHIBIANS. with examples. Okay. So what you have to write? The characteristics and with example. Now I'm sure that you will be able to write the characteristics of these 5 chordates. Please prepare your notebook. Thank you for listening me. Thanks a lot.